Hey everyone, this is Jerome Love with your summer 2025 Texas real estate market update, where we're going to break down what's happening in the housing market and how Trump's push for lower interest rates could change everything and what smart investors should be doing. Now, I'm going to start by giving you some data. Most of the data and facts that I'm going to give you is from Tierra Grande, which is a business journal, a real estate journal here in Texas. And what we're seeing is a huge divide in Texas real estate. So let's talk about luxury homes. Homes over $1 million are performing very well. In fact, according to a study by Redfin, 44% of homes over $1 million were purchased cash. Meanwhile, homes priced under $400,000 are seeing a significant slowdown. And that's largely because buyers in this range, they just can't afford mortgage payments, and it's unlikely to end anytime soon. So now, what has driven all this? Now let's think back. During COVID, what did the government do to respond? They lowered interest rates. So there was a major housing boom. Now, the market corrected in a harsh way in 2022, 2023, and it stabilized in 2024. But affordability still remains a big issue. In 2024, new housing starts increased 26%, but sales plateaued in early 2025, except in the $1 million range. Now, think about real estate, business in general, supply and demand. What I just said is that there's an increasing supply of housing on the lower end, but there's a plateauing demand. So that means that there's going to be kind of an imbalance. So sales of homes priced between $300,000 and $400,000 dropped by 5.9%, while luxury home sales increased by 11.4%. So inventory is starting to build up on the lower ends. Homes listed under $300,000 saw an inventory surge of 50% year over year from spring 2024 to March 2025. Now, what should happen? Sellers should be dropping their prices, but currently they haven't gotten to the reality yet that that's what they're going to have to do. So many builders and sellers are responding not by slashing prices, but by offering buyer incentives like rate buy downs and closing cost assistance. Now, here's where the politics and the policy intersect. With Donald Trump now in his second term, we know one thing for certain. He wants lower interest rates. Now, hate it or love it, Donald Trump tends to get what he wants. So if I were a betting man, I would say interest rates are going to be dropping. So by this time next year, I believe interest rates would be lower. So if the Feds cut rates, here's what's going to happen. Now, on the luxury home end, I don't think there's going to be much of a change, outside of the fact that many of the folk that are buying cash probably would see the cheap capital and they may do more loans, but that's not going to really significantly impact that market, at least not in my opinion. The real shift is going to come in homes under $400,000. Lower rates, better affordability, and more buyers equals a rising demand. So this could reverse the inventory buildup and spark another wave of price growth, especially for first-time home buyers. So what should you be doing as a smart investor? Well, here are 4 moves that I would strongly recommend. First off, buy homes in the range of $250,000 to $400,000 right now. We just talked about what's coming. You see it coming, get ahead of the curve, have the assets packaged ready to go, and when the market shifts, you'll be there to capitalize. Number 2, stabilize cash flow rentals. So if you already have rental houses or apartment complexes, stabilize that cash flow. When the rates come down, cap rates will compress and those assets will be worth more. Now, number 3 is something you should do in any market. Target off-market deals or distressed assets, especially where builders are offering incentives. There's going to be a sweet spot and a demand when the demand picks back up. And then lastly, think about long-term land or build-to-rent models. So lower interest rates will eventually boost the builder demand. So if you can get control of some land and some lots, it could pay off very big. So If you want help navigating the Texas real estate market, or you want to know how to position your capital wisely, feel free to just DM me or subscribe to this channel. And don't forget, in this market, timing is everything.